should be live. Welcome back, everybody, to another live stream repair. 3 today showed up. We're gonna see if we can't crank them all out. Let's hit the Discord server. And let's pull up the first HomePod repair for the day. This one's from Craig in Florida. And we've got a first gen HomePod. Let's see. So this one is actually, we're going to start things off with a bit of a unique one. So I have a first gen HomePod that stopped working about a year ago. I diagnosed the issue as loud pop and restart. When I plug in the HomePod, I get a spinning white light. 30 seconds later, I get a loud pop, then the light goes out and repeats. So theirs actually sounds more like potentially an issue with their logic board. Oh. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fix this one. And we let them know that. We're not honestly sure if this one will be fixable. But we told them we'd take a look. We don't charge anything if we can't fix anything. So let's see what we've got here. Ooh. That's kind of scary. Okay. That kind of scared me there. But we've got our repro. So let's get this apart and see if there's anything we can do about this. Now, if this is an issue with the logic board, it's most likely not something we're going to be able to figure out. Slim chances. If it's something with the amplifier, then that's better news. That's something that we can more likely fix up. And if not, then we do have a few spare amps that we can swap theirs out with. Unlike the logic board, there's far fewer ways to fix these logic boards, especially with irrecoverable software issues. That we can't offer any repairs if it requires a replacement of the logic board. Not until Apple grants us the ability to restore their software. And again, physically it's perfectly possible. Check out my website, nixfix.com, and head over to the common issues section for blinking volume buttons if you want to know more info about that. So we're going to start off by looking at our display here, seeing if there's any physical damage. But it actually looks really good. So the next part, let's get the logic board. we're going to put a different logic board in there and see if it does the same thing. That way we aren't spending any more time than we need to if this ends up being a logic board issue. Okay, so this is a known good working logic board. Good grief. Okay. Sorry, it startles me every time. Well, that's good. That means it's not their logic board. That is the part that we care the most about working fine. Let's continue the teardown. I've seen a few of these caused by a faulty power supply. And I've seen a few of these, of course, caused by, oh shit, I hope that didn't wake the kid up. Hold on. Oh, is she like really awake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like those teeth are coming in. Okay. She was having problems getting her arms out of the swaddle, but that's a roasty looking amp. I can see some less than fun stuff on there. You know, honestly, power supply looks okay. I see some stuff on the amp though, so let's get that out. Actually looks fun. So here we've got another amplifier. This one will need a new Schottky diode before we reuse it. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. But what we're going to do here is we're going to try a different amplifier with their power supply and all that and see if that'll get them going again. Nice. Alright, let's make sure this amplifier doesn't have any other surprises for us. Hello, Brayden. I might be able to help you with your HomePod. It's always best to shoot me an email, but we'll see what I can do with you via chat. You go to reset and it shows a blue circle, then flashes the volume buttons and keeps repeating. So that is most likely a faulty logic board, which we don't know how to fix this issue yet. You just have to replace the logic board with another one. It could potentially be physical damage, like your display might be broken. Again, you would just need to replace it. But the only way to really find out is by having good parts to swap around and troubleshoot that. But that definitely does sound like an issue one way or another that's not going to be resolved with any combination of powering it on and trying to reset it, unfortunately. It will have to come apart to figure out what's going on. Does not sound very good though. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter if it worked 10 minutes ago. Probably a dead logic board or display. Unfortunately. I've got a couple of logic boards that do that. Would it, okay, if you were shipping it, like you're saying it was shipped or you were moving it around, it's entirely possible, especially if it wasn't packed well enough, that it could have been busted up in shipping. And in that case, chances are it's a busted display. We do have quite a few of these displays to offer for repairs. But again, if it ends up just being a bad coincidence and it's just a faulty logic board, then there's nothing that we can do about that. If you're trying to fix it yourself, you'll have to buy another HomePod for parts with a good logic board. This one appears to be working good now. So what we're doing here, yeah, generally these things are fairly tough. Like, they're not going to break just rolling around. They have to be dropped. And not just that, generally they have to be dropped fairly hard. And not just that, but they have to be dropped fairly hard on their head, like on the top, for any damage to the display to actually happen. Otherwise you just bend up the subwoofer, which isn't going to cause what you're talking about. But yeah, it just rolling around in the back seat, not a problem. Now, it rolling around in the back seat, you taking a hard turn and it smashing into the side of your car door head first, that I can definitely see breaking something inside. But that's about all of the ideas that I've got for you. I don't know if you were trying to get an idea of whether it's worth sending it in to us or if you thought you might take it apart yourself and try to figure it out, but we're more than willing to take a look. I just can't, I feel much less confident about that one being fixable than most of these other ones that you see here. Okay, let's get Craig's HomePod put back together here. We've got a different amplifier board. These we do have some of for repairs when needed. We'll figure out what's going on with the other one here eventually. There's got to be a fix. Let's get this one up close here. Nice. Beautiful. You deleted it from your home app and it wouldn't reconnect, and now it's doing the thing with the blue circle and flashing volume buttons. Is that correct? Or are you saying it's currently telling, like you're saying the HomePod is currently able to tell you that it's not able to connect to the internet? Like you tap it and then you hear Siri say, "I'm unable to connect to the internet." Just trying to make sure we're on the same page. If it's currently not doing anything other than flashing the volume buttons and restarting itself over and over, that is definitely a faulty logic board, either hardware or software. Unfortunately, it seems like anything, it could be any random thing that happens to these that makes their software just completely poop the bed. Like, I've heard people talk about the same thing. They've changed Wi-Fi or something, and then suddenly it went into a boot loop. It completely freaked out and never came back. Even with the setting up the original Wi-Fi back up again. It seems sometimes, somehow, some way, people put their HomePod in a very unhappy software state, and it would be really nice if we had the firmware file to push to these, because we've already got physical hardware access. That's not a problem. I'm guessing you sold it to someone like locally, because that's why you were driving it around with it in your car. Then, yeah. I'm just trying to see if like you shipped it and maybe it got thrown across the warehouse or something along the way. Did you reset it before you sold it? And okay, yeah. Okay, so that was okay. I'm starting to follow. Yeah, okay. Did you factory reset it before selling that sucker? Okay. I will say I feel like I've bought enough used and broken HomePods that I've fixed for myself or resold and had zero issues with them not being factory reset when I got them or got them working, and then resetting them and then setting them up with my stuff. So there's only a few possibilities here. One, the logic, and just a absolutely poor coincidence, the logic board has failed, either the hardware or the software on it. Two, the person you sold it to accidentally broke it or dropped it or did something to it on the way home. I think those are really the only two possibilities, I think, because there's I don't think that it's I don't think that it would have been because you didn't reset it. But I did need to ask. Oh shit. See, this is what happens when I talk and work at the same time. I end up taking my own work back apart again for no good reason. We were almost done there. Let's see. This is actually going to be the only one that we will have time for here and now. Baby woke up, so we gotta go help out with that, and then when she falls back asleep later, we will be on later tonight to do some more. Yeah, he said this, he said that. I know it's kind of a crappy situation, but there is unfortunately no magic fix for this one. Aside from leaving it plugged in and hoping that maybe it snaps out of it. Yeah, that's why I stopped selling HomePods, because I didn't have this problem, but I was too worried about this happening to me. Selling a perfectly working HomePod and then its software breaking itself a day or a week or a month later, and then the person coming back to me and going, "Hey, it stopped working." And it's completely out of your control, but unfortunately, it's totally up to you how you gotta, what you do in this situation. Do you offer to buy it back from them? And I hope you wrote down the serial number so that way you can make sure that they're not doing some sort of old switcheroo on you. I highly doubt it, but it's always good to be thorough with that kind of stuff. You never really know. The most likely situation really is either it got broken and someone's not being honest, or it's just a really unfortunate coincidence of the logic board killing itself. And you'll have to decide whether you want to look like a huge asshole and tell them that they're on their own, or tell them that they can try to sell it for parts, or you buy it back and you try to sell it for parts and get some money out of it. I wouldn't suggest sending it to me because I don't think it's going to be fixable, and I would hate to see you waste money on shipping it here and then if you wanted it back, again, shipping it back if we can't fix it. What would I do? I would make sure that I'm getting the serial number back that I sold them, and I would just buy it back from them and then I would personally be using it for parts. But if I wasn't using it for parts, like I didn't have the tools or any interest in using this for parts, I would buy it back and try to sell it on eBay or something. There are always people out there looking to buy these for parts for a reasonable price. Well, there we go. That one looks like it's working nice and well again. Folks, that's all that we've got time for right now, like I was saying. If you're looking for more info, getting your HomePod fixed for you, or trying to do it yourself, check out the website, nixfix.com. And Braden, I do hope for the best for you. Maybe you get it back and it works just fine for you. Maybe you're able to list it online for sale and you get more money out of it than you thought. Good luck though, and feel free to shoot me an email if you do want me to take a look at it. I'm more than happy to, and I don't charge anything if we can't fix it. So hope you all enjoyed this live stream, and I'll be back later. Goodbye.